Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel and Happy New Year. In today's video, I'm going to talk about New Year, new goals, and perhaps new bikes. I don't know. We'll see. I recently went back and took a look at the first video that I produced in 2023 just to see what my objectives and goals were and whether or not I actually met those. One of the big goals that I had in 2023 was to produce a video on how you could go out and purchase a steel frame for performance riding. That was culminated by the series of videos that I did with the Darkar, a modern performance steel frame made out of Columbus Spirit tubing, in which I documented how I found the bike, the history of the bike, and the build process. And then I took the bike out and documented how the bike performed on different rides. And I was able to do everything that I wanted to do with the bike except go climbing. I just did not have an opportunity to take the bike climbing anywhere. So I've decided to put the bike up for sale. I know. I don't know if I'm going to regret it though, but the bike is for sale on my eBay, and I'll post a link for anybody who's interested in taking a look at it. I just feel like for me, the bike is just a little bit too big. It's a little bit bigger than what I would like my bikes to be. I'm able to ride it and all of that, but it's just longer in the top tube than I'd like. But speaking of steel frames, I've been spending an awful lot of time riding my Bianchi Pinella, and one of the videos that I have planned for 2024 is a video on how I keep this bike fresh and relevant for the type of riding that I like to do. But that was one of the objectives, the whole thing of how you can buy a modern steel frame for performance riding. The other channel objective that I had was I wanted to be able to spice up my video footage, and for that I turned to the Insta360 X3 camera, that's a mouthful, to be able to use the technology and the editing software to give a more immersive feel on my video footage. And that camera, I feel, was a game changer because I was able to accomplish those things. It also allowed me to show and demonstrate things like when I'm doing a how-to video of exactly how I may do it on a bike. So that was a second objective that I was able to accomplish. In 2024, the theme for the year is going to be bike builds and adventures. One of the things that, well, the easiest thing probably to do to spice up anybody's cycling year is to just go out and buy new stuff. New shoes, new bikes, or go on trips. And I decided I wanted to kind of like do a combination of both of those things. Beginning with adventures. Well, first of all, let me say this. I wanted to not just have cycling adventures, I wanted to have different types of adventures. So I decided to start running again. Before I was a cyclist, I was a runner and a swimmer. I was a 200 meter, 400 meter runner. And about 10 years ago, I used to run 6 miles twice a week. But lately I just got the bug to start running again. And I did kind of like a deep dive into running. In fact, right now I'm probably watching more YouTube running channels than I am cycling channels. But my objectives and my adventures for running is I do want to run a few 5Ks. I do want to run a few 10Ks. And if I get my 10K pace down to around 8-minute miles, I'll run a half marathon. The other thing that I want to do is more kind of like travel cycling vlogs of like a weekend experience, pretty much like what I did on a recent video where I went to Central Florida and rode from Orlando to Tampa with the group from Central Florida Cycling. I really enjoyed that experience and putting that video together and bringing the footage to you guys. And I decided, you know what, I want to do more of that kind of stuff. So I've got a few kind of concrete things that I have planned. One of them is to go on a Grand Fondo to Panama. Panama is my nation of birth. I was born on the Canal Zone and raised in the township of Pedro Miguel, which hosts one of the original locks that enable ships to be raised and lowered to traverse from ocean to ocean. Panama is a lush, beautiful rainforest that over the last 20 years or so has grown to become an adventure destination for all manner of nature lovers and thrill seekers. So on June 30th, my plan is to travel back home, join the GF Panama for their annual Ocean to Ocean event, where we will be riding from the Atlantic coast to the Pacific coast. It looks like an amazing event, and I cannot wait to take on this challenge. And also, I would love to come ride with you. Some of my most memorable experiences was when I decided to do something completely out of the norm, like riding my bike through Austria and Germany. So whenever possible, I would love to experience different locations, cultures, and types of rides. So if you know of an event in your area, big or small, please let me know about it in the comment section, and I will definitely give it serious consideration. And you just never know. I'm really open to suggestions. So that's all part of the adventure aspect of it. The bike builds part of it is that I have several builds planned. One of them is a titanium road bike with rim brakes. I'm looking at a Lightspeed Ultimate. They had a sale. I missed my size. They were all gone in the medium. The small is too small for me. But also a fellow YouTuber, Michael from Klein Concepts, introduced a titanium bike build that he's doing. And I'm following the progress that he's doing with his build because that may be a direction that I want to go in. But I'm also keeping my eyes and ears open to things that might pop up on the used market. And I just don't want any old titanium frame. I want a titanium frame that I'm going to be able to add it to my forever stable. So anyway, that's it. Hey, you can help us out a great deal by giving this video a like, subscribing to the channel, and sharing it. You know, I think my numbers are that like 70 something or 80% of my returning viewers aren't subscribed to the channel. I'm not talking about one-off viewers. I'm talking about returning viewers. So I know that you watch the video, you may go on and do something else, but please take a moment to give the video a like, subscribe. It would really help us out a great deal as we focus on moving the channel forward, growing, and being able to do more things. And for those of you who have been liking and subscribing and sharing and commenting, thank you so much for supporting the channel that way. All right, guys, as always, our aim here at the channel is to inform, instruct, inspire. Be blessed.